We are live.
Hello, hello, hello. We are
Hello.
live. And as you can see from the little banners, somebody had a birthday recently. The birthday girl, Oh, you've even got this little thing with the star
With a star.
in the middle. There you are.
Star.
So yes, it was Kelly's birthday last week. So one of the reasons why we weren't able to do the Friday live, but as we said, we are back today, as we said we would do, and we are back. Hello, Charlie. How are you?
Hey, Charlie. Hi, how are you?
Go on, tell us how many followers? How many followers have you got now, Charlie? How you doing? Hello,
Hey,
Aoife,
Aoife.
and there we are. Oh, you're back at your other account. Happy belated birthday, she says.
Thank you very much, Aoife. Thank you.
737. Well done, Charlie.
Wow.
That's really, really
That's
growing.
crazy. Yeah, it's really good.
So how is everybody? As we were saying before, Ashfa, I'll let you do because it was your birthday. Tell everybody how your birthday week. Madame got a whole week. An entire birthday week.
A week would be Monday to Sunday.
Well,
so that's a slight exaggeration. We went for breakfast on a Monday, and
Wednesday.
we went for breakfast on a Wednesday. We went for lunch on Tuesday, and then we had afternoon tea on Friday. So that's 3 days.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
It's not a week.
No,
I would have loved it to have been a week.
We have more than that. So on the Wednesday, I think we had like I said, the breakfast.
Yeah.
The Thursday we went out to we went to the Ivy.
Oh yeah.
And then on
that was for dinner.
Yeah. Then Friday we went
for
lunch. And then on Saturday we went for afternoon tea.
Yes, we did. Although that wasn't a birthday thing.
Aoife said, "Oh, you should have told me so I could have sent you something. Love you to bits." As a sister figure.
No, don't be silly. No, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, but we did have a good few days because I got you to take some days off.
Good. It was very nice. I've got to say, actually, although I am knackered now as well, it's like those whole days have just been scrubbed. As soon as you go back to work, it's just been really, really busy. But yeah, so it was nice to take a few days off, spend it with Kelly.
Yeah, it was so nice.
Yeah.
When you took the day off, those few days, it felt like it was a Saturday.
Yeah.
So
basically, we had 5 Saturdays.
Yeah, because from the Wednesday, so when I got up in the morning, I thought, oh, it feels like a Saturday today. But of course it wasn't. It was just like Wednesday. But yeah, it did. It felt like a Saturday. We had quite a packed weekend. So one of my nephews, he had his christening. So we went to that. You went to walk around London with one of my other nephews, or one of our other nephews. And what did you do
with a nephew?
Yeah.
So well, basically he loves going into London. His parents aren't big fans, so we took him into central London. So we took him to Chinatown, which is one of his favorite places.
No, you took him because I wasn't.
To Chinatown, and then I took him to Soho and a little wander around to Fortnum and Mason, which is where he wanted to go and have a look around. So he got to go there as well.
You took him to Fortnum. Yeah. You said you took him, yeah. And did he like it?
Oh, he loved it. Well, I think he found it very posh. So I think we don't often shop in there, but I think he thinks we do.
Yeah.
Aoife said you are to send me postage details.
Oh no, don't be silly. Honestly, it's fine. Honestly.
Yeah, so it was good. It was nice. Did you enjoy it though?
Yeah, I had so many cards, which was really nice. So many gifts, flowers, money. And money's always handy because I like to save it and then maybe buy myself something a little bit special. So I'm debating whether I'm going to take the birthday money and buy something special, or save it and have it with the Christmas money. Possibly if anybody gives me anything, or I'm lucky enough to receive anything. And then maybe buy something in the January sale. So I haven't quite. And plus Black Friday is coming up.
Yes, it is. So guys, don't forget this Friday, Black Friday. If you're interested as well. Aoife said, Mark and Kelly, please check out the online beauty courses. Please, would love your feedback. Is there a particular one? What do you say online beauty? Is there one specific one you're looking at? You want us to have a little look at? Let us know. We can take a little look.
And so the day that we went for afternoon tea, which was a Saturday. It was a Saturday. So basically, Ben and Siobhan, who have been staying with us, very kindly as a thank you.
If you're watching, thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. Very kindly gave us vouchers for after tea at Fortnum and Mason. So we had a little check, and there was only 2 options available for this year. One was the 23rd, I think, of December, and we couldn't do that one. And the other one was on Saturday at 11:45. So I was like, well, let's do the Saturday. After that was January. January was the next option. And I just thought, oh, do you know what? Let's go on a Saturday, because Mark had taken that little block of time off. I thought, do you know what? It'd be nice to go. And we went at 11:45.
Yeah.
And I like going for the early bookings. I know it means we have to get up that bit earlier and all of that. But once you get to a venue, if you've taken the earliest booking, there's hardly ever anyone there.
No, that's true. So that's a good tip, actually. One thing we found is when we've done early book slots for afternoon tea, like the earliest one they've got available, do take that up, because it does give you plenty of time then and there's fewer people there.
Yeah. And I would say that with any booking, doesn't have to necessarily be afternoon tea. It can be restaurant. Even when we did the earliest booking for Ivy Asia.
Yeah.
Ivy Asia, and we got an early booking there. And there was hardly anyone there.
Yeah.
Which was nice. We had to we got there sort of like relatively 15 minutes early, I think.
Yeah.
And we had to wait until obviously everything was ready. And then another, I think two people came as well that were behind us waiting. We were the first ones there.
Yes, we were. Yeah, but there were a couple there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was 3 people, and then there was another 2 that were waiting to be seated, so they came after us. But that was it in the whole restaurant.
Yeah.
So when we got there, it was nice and quiet. The DJ hadn't started yet, and all of that, so we could see the DJ setting up. We could see, sort of things being ready and all of that. And I quite liked that. I quite like the fact that it's all calm. It's the calm before the storm, and you get to enjoy that ambiance. But later on, it got really noisy at the Ivy, didn't it?
It did. I've got to say, it get a lot busier as well. But it was definitely worth looking at the early. If you are looking to book, go for an early slot. If you are looking at afternoon tea,
anything afternoon tea, lunch, all of that. Try to get the earliest bookings. What I would say.
Eva said, please look through the courses marked with Kelly by your side. There's a doorbell. I shall be back in a second.
Ooh. So we'll take a look at that. So basically, Mark didn't want a drink, but I've ordered a drink. So I've got a nice caramel.
Well, I did want a drink, but it's not one that I wanted.
So basically, he wanted an eggnog, but he wanted it made with oat milk, and they didn't have that option available. And the last time when he went, and he asked this in Starbucks, they said, "Oh yeah, we do eggnog, and I can make it with oat milk, but the mix itself does have milk in it." Now, Mark's not allergic to milk. He can have milk. There's not a problem there. He just prefers to have oat milk. And so online, they don't give you the option of having it with oat milk, unfortunately, or any other milk. It's just your normal milk. And they don't even give you the option of having it skimmed or whole milk or anything like that. So then he said, oh, he didn't want to drink. He had a coffee earlier anyway. So, but I haven't had a Frappuccino since Wednesday. So I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm going to treat myself to a Starbucks. And I literally only had 2 minutes before the order was about to close. So I was just like, you need to hurry up and let me know. And he's like, oh, I can't think. And I said, do you just want a normal latte? He was like, no. So I was like, all right, then cool. So then I just ordered my Frappuccino, of which I can't wait to have. I asked them to put milk and extra drizzle. I had to call them for that, actually. And here it is.
That is so sticky.
Can you bring me some tissue, please? It's not as sticky as I thought it was, but it is a little bit sticky, but not that much. So yeah, we were, I tell you, we were able to do a few things. So we went for breakfast. We went for a Toby Carvery breakfast, actually, on the Wednesday, which was really nice thank you very much, because we haven't been for breakfast for a while. And you find it a little bit difficult waking up early, hey?
Well, no, because I have to do it every day.
Yeah.
The problem is, I join in. This seat, right, is so difficult. Oh, so sorry. We're just going to catch up quickly before we go on. Let me just catch up because there's quite a few comments there. So Aoife said, Kelly and Mark, I just bought an amazing fragrance candle in Aldi. One is in a glass type metal type holder. But oh my god, the fragrance is amazing. It's the rose pepper and something else one. What's the something else one? Mark, all I do is truly love Kelly as a sister figure. Kelly, I'm scared I have an advanced CT scan to check for early onset dementia. Oh my god.
No.
Well, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, keep us posted though.
It's only a scan at this point.
It's only a scan.
So let's be positive. You might not be, do you know what I mean, suffering with that. So it's just at this time, it's just the scan, just to check things out. Do you know what I mean? Early detection and everything. But it might just be nothing. So I think, things could be okay.
Can't remember what the other ingredient is. No, I know, but rose is quite nice actually. Funny enough, we had the rose tea, which was very nice as well. That's one of my favourite ones to have in the afternoon.
No, you had peach.
No, but I had rose tea before.
Oh.
That's one of my
favourite
ones.
One before, at the Chesterfield, you had rose tea as well. It was actually little roses. Wasn't there? Looked like tiny little roses. Rose it was really nice.
But the smell was amazing. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
I forgot what I was saying now. Breakfast at Toby Carvery, because we haven't been for a while, and I was saying sometimes you find it a bit difficult to get up.
Oh yeah, well, it's because I've got to do it every day for work. So the Saturday I get 2 lie-ins a week, and that's the one I like. So when you've got to get up, I don't know if anybody else is the same, but for me, I really struggle to get. I am not a morning person.
But that was a Wednesday.
No, but even so, I am not a morning person. I am not a morning person at all.
I am, but he isn't.
I will be the first to admit it. I am got no shame in that at all. I really, 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 really am not a morning person. And because I've got to get up every single day for work, I just love to have those 2 lie-ins a week. I really look forward to those lie-ins. When I do, and what's worse is because my body clock is so used to getting up early, I can't lie in because my body wakes me up because of that time. So I really don't get those lie-ins. So it's so nice when I actually am able to do it.
I've always gotten up early pretty much.
Yeah, you do. Even when you're not working.
Even when I'm not working, I'm up early. I don't find I tell you what I do find that's difficult. If I don't go in for a shower early when I get up, I find it very difficult. I'll wait till much later in the day then, and I'm pottering around, I'm faffing around doing whatever, whether I'm on the laptop or making a video or doing a short or whatever. So that I find that I'm not productive if I don't get up. So once I'm awake, if I don't get up, I feel like I'm not productive. So yeah.
Whereas me, I'm the total opposite. For me, that is the best use of time, is just having a nice lie. Eva said, I'm not a morning person, have been a night nurse for some years. Yeah, that I could. Well, mine, funny enough, you say that. Mine, obviously, I'm not a night nurse, but mine was being a student. I used to stay up to all hours in the night. So I'd go to bed and it got worse and worse and worse. I was going to bed like 2 a.m., then 3 a.m., then 4 a.m. And at times I was going to bed at 7 a.m. and sleeping all the way through the day and in the afternoon as well as a student. So I know that's not the way, but I think from years of doing that, I got to say, I think when I retire, that's it. I'm not doing the early mornings.
I think, do you know what it is? But also I feel like if you don't get up early, like say you're going on a holiday, but Mark's the complete opposite when we're on holiday. True or no?
No, not necessarily. I'll get up for breakfast. If there's a breakfast, I'll get up for it because I want to have the breakfast and I paid for it. So I'm getting that breakfast.
Even if the breakfast is free and he hasn't paid for it?
I'm getting that breakfast. However, what I would say is that if I wouldn't necessarily get up if I don't need to. But I do love, like I said, those lie-ins. Does anybody else who works empathize with me as well? Do you really crave those lie-ins in the weekend? Do you really want to have them? I really love those weekends. That's what I aspire to. Not for anything else. I know that's really sad. Some people like going out and doing stuff on the weekend, gives them time to chill. I've got to say, if you can't get your line in, I really, really do sympathise with somebody.
I think that I feel the way that I see it, I suppose, is when I go on holiday, I like to have a lie in. And when I'm here in England, I just get up early. But when I'm on holiday, I'm the opposite. I actually like to have a lie in and sort of like, because I'm on holiday, I want to take the day easy. But Mark's the opposite. He's like, right, let's rush, let's do this, da, 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 da. And I'm just like, can you calm down? Like, let's enjoy the day or whatever. But here, you're the opposite.
No, I like to do. Richard, hello.
Hey, Richard.
In multitasking, watching your vid on Celeb Get Me Out of Here is I'm way behind. Oh, you're doing the catch up. We will talk about that, but we'll let you catch up a little bit more.
Well, I didn't watch last night, did you?
I did, so I won't say a word because I don't want to ruin it. Mark, the fact that you are the total opposite to my horrible stepdad, only dad I've ever known for 5.5 years at the present day. Oh dear, and such an amazing thing for me. Well, like I say, the fact that you're on here as well and chatting is always good to have you here. And like I say, also thank you for the love I bestow on Kelly. You're most welcome. Now, Richard, you are one person I've got to say we have to say thank you for.
Not yet.
Oh, we're not allowed to talk about.
I want to talk about a bit of what we did. So,
all right.
So basically, yeah. So we did.
Sorry, Richard said he had the jab on Monday. Oh gosh,
oh,
I've got
wow.
a sore arm.
Yeah, I remember you saying that you were going to have the jab.
I know you were saying that as well.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Have you got any after effects? So I've got to say, when I had my jab, I had as you remember, I had really bad. I was so ill. I was so ill the next day. So I hope you're feeling a bit better. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
So we had breakfast. Went to Toby because we've not had breakfast at the Toby for ages.
No, we
I
haven't.
can't remember the last time.
Oh gosh, it would have been last year, I think. I don't think we've had it this year.
I think we might have had it earlier in the year.
It would have been early.
Yeah, early, but we haven't had it for months.
Certainly not during the summer.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So months and months and months. So we went to Toby breakfast, so that was nice. And then we went to the local town, did a little bit of shopping, and then then the following day, on the Thursday, we went to the Ivy. And you had reservations about going to the Ivy, didn't you?
Well, my reservations go to the Ivy because when I hear the Ivy, I'm expecting it to be really expensive. You know, I don't know why, I have in my head £100 per head or something like that. And I thought, no, I do not want to pay for one thing. I don't know how you guys feel. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll put this question out there for all of you watching. If a meal is really expensive, will it affect your enjoyment of the food? So that's the question. If the meal is really expensive, would it affect your enjoyment of the food? And I've got to say, for me, it would.
For me, it doesn't.
No, for me, it does. If I've out of principle, I'm not going to pay. I wouldn't pay something like £100+ for a meal for one person. I just wouldn't do it.
What about if it was to the Ned?
That's not £100.
It's about to be.
Yeah, it's about to be. Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm just, and also as well, if you get tiny little portions.
Yeah.
There was that one restaurant you wanted to go to, and I looked at it, and I thought, and I'm glad you didn't pick it, because I thought, I'll just have to.
What restaurant?
I forget what it was called. It was an Alice in Wonderland experience. So the portions were like this. It's like
it's Nico by Six. Oh. Yeah, it's a really well known. It's like 7 courses and 6 courses. That's why it's called 6. And it's by Nico in London, and very, very well known restaurant. It's I've heard nothing but good things. I haven't heard a bad thing said about the restaurant yet. But no, I am very open, and I will. Don't get me wrong. There was a place that we went to, and I was expecting. Me and my friend went. A good while ago now, a good few years ago, and it was an Indian restaurant in Covent Garden, and it was really expensive. I mean, we're talking about 12, maybe 13 years ago, and we paid £140, so that was expensive then. Right, we paid £140
each.
No, between us.
Oh, okay.
£140 between us. Yeah, but 12 years ago,
Yeah, that was
13 years
yeah.
ago, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's expensive now. But then it was even more expensive. I was expecting to pay 100. I don't know where the extra £40 came from. But anyway, but the food there was so average. It wasn't even like really like there's been some good food that I've tried in other places that has not been as expensive as that. And yeah, it was just ridiculous. And the food wasn't the food wasn't even that good.
Eva said, show Kelly the fragrance candles. The LD one has flower petals inset into the other one has hotel candle written on the container. So this is the LD one, wasn't it? Well, we'll have a little look at that later on. We will have
in a bit, yeah.
Richard said, no, not. So going back to the question, does the money influence it? So Richard has said, no, it doesn't. No, not really. I have the money and the experience and the memories.
Yeah.
So there is that, but I don't know why it is for me, but it does for me. I've got to say, I won't enjoy the food if I've had to spend a lot of money on it.
Because you're the opposite to me. You're about quantity, and I'm about quality. And I don't believe that in every instance.
Go on, Aoife. Yeah, I'm not paying 100 quid. No,
yeah,
I wouldn't too. Just out of the reason being, for me, I think to myself, for £100, that's a week shop. So I just think to myself, oh, you know, I'm not paying for one meal what I could for the thing is what for the whole week.
Yeah.
But
I think it's about having it cooked by somebody who, like, don't get me wrong, I can cook a dish or two in the kitchen, but I'm not an expert in, you know, I don't have expert culinary skills. I didn't go to chef school or anything like that. So
hey Thunder, how are you?
Hey Thunder, hope you're well. So to have the experience of the chef and to have whatever ingredients or however they've incorporated it to be able to taste that, I'm all about that. But what I don't like is mass produced nonsense. Like, I don't like, to me, if you're going to, so if I'm going to go to a restaurant and you're going to charge me, I don't know, £20 for a buffet, let's say, for argument's sake, £20 for a buffet. First of all, how is that buffet being cooked? Do they even care about what is going on in that food? And thirdly, is it worth the calories? Do I need to eat subpar food to put on? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not exactly slim. So am I going to then eat something that, do you know what I mean? I want to have a nice experience. I want it to be worth the calories. Now, I'm not saying I have to pay £100 by any means.
Hi, Tanika. How are you?
Hey, Tanika. I'm not saying I want to pay £100 for a meal or anything like that to have the nice experience and all of that type of stuff. But what I am saying, I want the experience. So if you're saying to me, you're going to pay £20, it's going to be the best meal, blah, 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 it's going to be worth the calories, cool. Because me, I can eat McDonald's. I had KFC the other day. I like a Nando's and things like that. But don't take me to a £20 buffet when it's just nonsense. Yeah.
Tanika said, happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much.
How are you, Tanika? You well? I hope you're all good.
I hope you're well.
Richard, now this is one, actual fact, Richard, we were debating this. Richard said, I found a shorts loop, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. is peak GMT. Now, funny we should say that. Now, some of you guys may or may not have spotted, we have actually been doing a lot of shorts that we've been adding, and we've been looking to see when is the best time to put the shorts.
Yeah.
And we haven't cracked it because sometimes Kelly will put them up like at 1 a.m. and that seems to do really, really well. The next day, the same time, and it doesn't. So
yeah, but you're talking about different platforms here.
Oh, this is true.
So, right. So basically,
we're well, thank you, Thunder.
Oh. So basically I sort of like put up different shorts and sort of different times, because obviously they change the algorithm regularly, and some of the platforms, they like you to use their editing packages or they want you to use their script or whatever. So it's just a different combination of things. And so on TikTok, so on Saturday we went for afternoon tea.
Sorry, just a couple there. So Richard said, just seen the lottery advert. So sweet, brings tears to the eyes. It's got a train in. I've not seen the new lottery advert. We did see the John Lewis one,
Yeah.
which was there. So, oh, and Thunder wants to wish you a happy belated birthday,
Oh,
Kelly. More
thank you
happiness and
very
dreams to
much.
come true for you both.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. So,
That's so kind,
yeah, it
thank
was
you.
hence the banners. It was Kelly's birthday last week, hence why we weren't able to do the Friday. Yeah, so that's what we were doing. But go on, carry on. So what were we doing?
So on the Saturday, we went for afternoon tea, and we then went on to John Lewis because last year Richard had told us that they do the pick and mix. Now, to be fair, I always knew John Lewis did pick and mix for the Quality Street, but they used to do it all year round, and it used to be in the sort of where the stationery was, which they've done a whole change around now, but where the stationery used to be, it used to be to the left of that, and you could just go in, choose all your things. But now, as I understand it, it's only seasonal. As I think I've got that correct. So anyway, last year Richard said he went and did the pick and mix, and he got his tin. So this year, I said to Mark, I really want to do that this year. And we were in London, but like in the centre, and Fortnum and Mason is on sort of near Green Park End. And I thought, well, Regent Street runs parallel to that, sort of. You have to walk down a bit and then cross, but it sort of runs parallel. And then on the other side, at the other end of Regent Street, you've got Oxford Street. So that's what we did. I said, well, while we're here, let's go to Oxford Street. And then they had some options. So like you could do a Christmas cracker, you could just get a normal tin. Like I think they did a tin for £12.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted a bespoke tin, that was £17. And so they gave you, so you go up, they give you a little card, you tick, has to be a minimum of 3, although I don't know if that's quite true, but on there it says a minimum of 3.
So what about minimum of 3? Don't mean 3 sweets. We mean, so basic with the choices as well. Richard, we've got to say a big thank you for doing, introducing us to it, because we didn't know it existed without you. So the idea is with your pick and mix, you can choose a minimum of 3 types of sweets.
So 3 flavours, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I said to Mark, oh, shall we do a bespoke tin? It's a bit pricey, but let's do a bespoke tin. So we ticked about 4 or 5 different choices, I think.
So just to let you know, sorry, just to explain it. So the idea is you go up to there's an area. If you go onto the 3rd floor in John Lewis on Oxford Street, you go and arrive there as well. You get a choice. You can either do a cracker, so it's one large cracker, and fill that up with chocolates. You can either do a regular tin, which is about £12. I forget what the cracker is. Or you can do a bespoke tin. So the bespoke tin, you can actually put your name on the front.
And you can put whatever you want on the front.
Yeah, and the idea is they give you a card with all the different types of sweets that they do. So you obviously the green one, the blue one, the red one, and you tick all the ones you want. So you have to have a minimum of 3. You can't just say, I want all just one type.
Although I did see a tin with all just one type.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I don't think I got as many. So basically, I saw somebody with a whole tin of green, and I didn't get a lot of green triangles, and I love them babies.
So they said, so Richard said, was there a lid chocolate? So no, we didn't see a lid made of chocolate, but we did see...
There was a limited edition chocolate.
That was limited. Sorry, I thought that said lid. Yeah, it's limited chocolate. Yes, there was.
There was a limited chocolate.
So the limited chocolate this time round is...
Do you want to show it to them, or do you want me to tell them?
Actually, go on, you show.
It's the honeycomb one, was the limited edition.
There we go. And there is, look, our bespoke tin. So we got, now, you'll say, why have you put Mark and Kell Street? So the reason being is you can only have a maximum of 9 characters. So that includes the ampersand in the middle there. So we really wanted
the space, I think. The spaces, count as characters. Yeah.
So we really wanted to put Mark and Kelly's street, but unfortunately, we were limited to 9 characters. No, that doesn't include the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it doesn't include the space either side, but we're limited to the 9 characters. The honeycomb sounds nice, says Tanika. Oh, Thunder said, by the way, are you two watching Celebrity Jungle these days? We will come on to
We will come on. I didn't watch last night, so.
And Richard's watching it now. Thunder also asked if you enjoyed your day.
I did. Thank you.
So in our tin, Madame did the picking. So you'll see that it's all just the gold and the pretty much the gold and the.
Well, that's not quite true because I did want more of the green, and that is the only green I've got, which was a bit annoying because someone had a whole tin of green, and that really was annoying because I think they should put the same amounts, but I don't know if it goes on weight. But I only got a few of the greens, which to me is quite annoying.
No, so that's interesting. So Richard said you might notice what you've got is more grams than the actual shop. The shop is 600 grams. I think you might be right. Now, like I say, it is pricey. So to get a plastic tin of these, depending on where you go,
I mean the caramel one.
All right, you say that. Depending on where you go, will be about anything between £5 and £6. To get the metal tin at John Lewis is £12. That's a bespoke one. However, if you get the personalised one, which we did with the name on the front, this is £17. However, what we did do is we did put it on. We have got it on the shorts. Did you upload it into YouTube? Was it just on TikTok?
No, it's on YouTube as well.
Yes, it's on YouTube. So do check out our shorts. We showed you where we got it. We will put the full video up because we did a full video to go on YouTube at a later date.
The problem with the YouTube shorts.
And while they're doing that, I'm going to have one.
The only problem with the YouTube shorts is that you can't do narration and music. You can only do one or the other, and you can only do 15 seconds. You can do 60 seconds on the YouTube shorts for sure. But again, it will just be narration or music. But on TikTok, you can do the both. And so I was doing a little bit of a test out, and I uploaded the tin that we did, and there was about 10 minutes difference between the times.
Well, I'm going to try the bespoke one because I want to try that one.
What, the limited edition one?
This is the limited edition.
That's not the limited edition.
It is.
No, it isn't.
Where's the limited edition?
The Chic.
Oh, Sahinas, how are you? Good evening, Mark and Kelly. Lots of love from Sahinas from India. And good evening here, all friends.
Oh, thank you, Sahinas. I hope you're well.
Eva, what you're looking for? Eva's looking for instructions for 4 in a bed. Oh, you've been watching 4 in a bed?
That's the bespoke one.
Instead of 4 in a bed, it's now 3. 3 in a bed, is it? Oh, they've changed it now, the show.
I don't know if they've changed it.
Oh,
here,
and Black Friday. Richard's going to Black Friday with his £5 voucher. Has anybody got any ideas for Black Friday? And Sahinas, how are your Comic-Con video is coming up.
Yeah, we were having a chat about that earlier, weren't we?
So this is the new bespoke one. This is the one that's
the honeycomb.
Only exclusively in John Lewis, by the way.
Well, I don't know if it's only exclusively in John Lewis, but
Stop contradicting me. That's what it said.
I'm just saying I don't know.
They did change it, Cal, from 4 in a bed to 3, 5 in a bed to 3 in a bed. That's really good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Tanika is so organized. Tanika said, I have done all my Xmas shopping for 12 people already before December. She's low. I'm normally last minute. Have you done all your Christmas shopping? My God.
How many have we done for?
Actual fact, to be fair,
we've done quite well.
I'm very much like you, Tanika. Normally, I'll leave it to the very last minute. And I'm talking like I'll wait till payday, or for me, it's the 15th of each month. So the 15th of December, then I start put my backside in gear and start doing shopping. But by then, I'm like, I hate it. Oh God, I hate it. I hate it because I'm really doing last. But this year, I've actually, as we went shopping, there's a lot of sales on. So I thought I'll get into the sales now and get the stuff. So like you,
the orange.
There was a John Willis one. Having a sale. Willis or Wills or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So I got quite a few stuff in there as well, and I got some other bits and bobs. So anybody who's listening around there, block your ears on that one.
No, just thinking.
But
you saying that?
But there were some good sales going on as well, so now's a good time to do it. Wow, But so Eva said, I found myself rolling my eyes. What was that for? The change in the name of the four in a bed. Richard said, I've already got Black Friday deals. CBD oil was about £80. Paid 12. Where did you get that deal? Are you willing to share? Tika said, just a few little odds left, but they aren't necessary. Yeah, I utilize Black Friday sales and I don't want to leave it until the last minute. Last year was a nightmare. Same here. Do you know what? That was the thing, Tanika, because when last year I was doing the same thing, and what always used to irritate me is I think, well, I'm done the shopping. And then somebody gives me a present. I thought, oh, for God's sake, I'll get them now. But by then, it's too late. Plus, as well, don't forget, guys, apparently there is a postal strike coming up in December. So be wary. If you've got things to post to people, just be wary that strike will come just before Christmas.
I think my mum's done all of her Christmas shopping. She started early. She started like September sometime. So my mum's pretty much done all of her Christmas shopping. We managed to catch things that were sold out.
Yeah, we were.
So we air fryer, it was sold out everywhere, but we managed to get one. Heated blanket and heated booties sold out everywhere. Managed to get one.
Oh, we'll show you that in a second.
Heated era,
yeah,
sold out. Managed to get one.
So we've got quite a load of reviews to do and back up as well. So I've still got loads to come and do. Oh, Thunder said, yeah, there's so many Black Friday deals online. If anyone wants a wig, you can get a realistic wig, usually $300, down to $49.
Is that real hair?
Is that with real hair, like you say? Where did you find that one as well? Are you willing to share? Any Black Friday deals, do please put them in the chat. We will read them out for anybody who wants to do. Amazon are still doing the Amazon deals now as well. They've started theirs already, but most people have started theirs. Currys have got theirs now. We were checking that out yesterday, or I was.
I wasn't checking out Currys.
I was checking out Currys because we desperately need a new TV. Our TV, which is over there, is
the light bulbs are going out. But it's funny because I had a flat screen TV which I bought when I was in the flat, and I brought it to the house, and now it's sitting upstairs in our bed. We got one of those beds that the TV comes up out of, and that's up there, and there's nothing wrong with that TV. We bought this TV, so it's 7 years old.
Yeah.
The other TV must be well over 10 years old. Nothing wrong with that TV. This one, the bulbs have gone out and all of the. When I say the bulbs have gone out, it's gone bright. So it's not gone dark. They've just gone really bright behind the TV. And sometimes it switches itself off. So I think we do need
a new TV. Rich just said Holland and Barrett is where he got his deal. So if you're after that oil, that's the Holland and Barrett deal. Thank you, Richard. That's for sharing that one as well. Aoife was saying someone has pods similar to ones in my aunt's. Or is you going to get yourself some AirPods? Oh yeah, you're going to get yourself a new toaster as well. Do check out. There's quite a few sales on. Like I said, we did check out Currys as well. I haven't checked out Argos yet.
But Aldi and what's the other one? Lidl probably have got some really good sales on toasters.
Yeah, I was going to say. Richard said, Mark and Kelly, I'll make an Xmas card, but it'll be like a picture of you in your inbox. Oh, thank you. We like that.
Thank you.
Sahinas, how's the weather there? The weather here at the moment is pretty cold. We went outside. It's not as nippy as it normally is, but it's been horrible here. It's been raining a lot. Well,
raining, yeah.
England's very much. How's the weather in India? Are you warm out there, or is it pretty cold? Well, I imagine it wouldn't be cold, but it's been pretty rainy here. I don't know how it's been with you. Eva said, recently, also, as you know, I bought a 2-ring hot plate cooker stuff. Oh no, burned on the pink stuff, fell to undo the burn. Oh God, that's the pink stuff she uses to clean it.
Oh, right.
So, you didn't clean it while it was still hot, did you? Tanika said, I've been thinking about getting an air fryer, but I'm not sure how much use I will get out of it. I have a slow cooker that doesn't get used much. Touche McBoosh, how are you?
Hey, Touche McBoosh.
How are things? We were just talking about our little trip. Do check out our shorts.
How are you?
Yeah, how are you? We went to get our bespoke quality street.
Tanika, we've used our air fryer every day.
Yeah.
Since we've had it. When was the last time the oven was on?
Oh my
only,
god.
only when you grill your egg, maybe. Did
Yeah,
you grill
that's
it?
true. No, I didn't today, but I'll be using it the fry. But yeah, Tanika, we did. So guys, we would definitely recommend an air fryer.
We weren't going to use it every day, but we use it pretty much every day.
Oh, it's so good. Now, the only downside to the air fryer is A, they are quite pricey. You might be able to get one in the sale. They're very difficult to get at the moment, purely because they're sold out. Hang on. And 3 as well, you do have to clean it after each use.
Yeah. Now the thing is, you don't have to get a Ninja. It's the Ninja is the pricey ones. So if you don't want to get a Ninja, you don't have to. I know that they were doing a deal because I've seen a lot of people on TikTok. They went to, I want to say it's Aldi or Lidl, and they got one for £90. Dual one,
Yeah.
almost the same. I don't know if it performs the same, but almost the same. Dual, because we got dual one, as the Ninja. So and it's £90, so less than half price. Because we bought ours for £2.29.
Yeah, 229.
And that was on a deal, £2.29. So if you decide to go to is Aldi or Lidl, I can't remember which one it is. You can get a dual one, pretty much the same as the Ninja, but for £90. However, I know that they are, even in general, they've been flying off the shelves. I just happened to walk in and they had one. I know Tefal are doing quite good deals on their air fryers as well. So if you want to go for a Tefal one, they're doing a pretty good deal. I think they might be £99 or £100. Not a dual one though, but still an air fryer nonetheless. And when I walked in, because how long have we had it? I don't
Not
think
that long.
we've
No,
not
no,
even
no,
had it a
no.
month.
Yeah, but we've been using it a lot. So I don't think it will be a novelty thing. I think we will use it a lot, but we would definitely recommend doing one. We keep meaning to. We have filmed the use, but we do
Yeah.
need to upload it. So I
Yeah.
will get you to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
I will do that at some point. But it's just because I've been doing a few shorts as well.
yeah.
We did a shorts on that's what I wanted to go back to say. So on TikTok, I uploaded 12 minutes apart, I think it was something like that. 2 videos, the exact same videos, exactly the same, about 10 minutes apart. One has got 26,000 views, almost 27,000 views, and over 1,000 likes, and the other one has had 300.
That's amazing. So do the same videos. It really, like Richard, you say, it really does depend on when you upload them. Just also to let you know, John Lewis actually contacted us when we uploaded it, didn't they?
Well, they put a message with
Yeah.
John Lewis said, "Oh, thanks for spreading the word." And do you know what I mean? It was just one of those videos that I had just
on there. So that was on our TikTok, not on our YouTube.
I did do one for the YouTube, but it's 15 seconds. You can't really see it. It's just me panning round. But that's because with YouTube it's a little bit more difficult. But the longer video, I think it's about 36 seconds or 32 seconds, is on the TikTok. So if you happen to see, you might see one or the other. The one that's got like 20 odd likes, and then there's one that has 1,000 likes. So I don't know which one that the algorithm will post out to you. I'm not sure. But also I did one recently, which I did this morning, but it's only had like 150 views or something like that, and that was of the Christmas lights in London.
Yeah, so we've done those ones as well. But also, I'll do a few of the comments. We've got quite a few there. So Hina said, "Oh, it's pleasant temperature here, 22 degrees. I'm so jealous."
Nice.
What's your new video coming up, Sahina? Have you got any more cooking videos coming up? Do let us know. Aoife said, "Oh, let it bake," and then tried the pink. Oh, right, that's when you tried the pink stuff with cold water over the boiling water. That was on your hot plate to try and remove it.
Right.
The thing hasn't come off on the 2-ring hot plate. Got a brown fur-like coat in Tesco, €60.
Ooh.
There you go, and a little bargain there. Tush says, "Impressive, yes, well, thank you." And you both? Yeah, we are both well, thank you.
Thank you.
Been doing all duties today, done all my cards and wrapped everything. Just got to get one more person. So again, you guys are
super
so organised. That's Tanika done all their shopping and Tush done all their shopping.
Oh, I've got to get Christmas cards actually.
Oh yeah, and Aoife's just bought herself an Ambio sliced toaster. So far, so good. Is that the one that you got in the Friday sales? Richard said, I'll catch you later. Having beans means Heinz on toast.
Ah,
Enjoy.
enjoy.
Eva said, the online beauty course. Oh, yeah, you were talking about if you're signed up to their newsletter, they occasionally offer discounts. Thinking about continuing the Holistic Therapies Pathway course, and we'll do that on the app. So you're going to do that and also the beauty course therapy. Are you going to do a Swedish body massage course? About, my God, you and your courses. Back to the Pathway Bundle course. And Eva hasn't done any Christmas shopping whatsoever. But that's normally like me. So, anyway, going back to the...
Sorry, what's it? Oh, that's great. What with regards to the air fryer, is that what you mean? But yeah, like I said, they are some places they are better value than others. It's just that I was in Curry's and they were flying off the shelf. People were buying while I was in there, and they had bought a whole pallet out, and I just thought, you know what? I rang Mark and I said, shall we get one? And yeah, we did end up getting one, but we've used it every day. Hasn't been a day since we've had it that I've not used it. I think I waited a couple of days because I was a bit nervous about using it. And there's a handy little booklet somewhere. It was on the sofa. I don't know where
we'll have to move it.
Yeah. But there was a handy little booklet, and it tells you just how to, because there's a couple of things that I've been overdoing, like overcooking. And I went back to the booklet, and then I redid a couple of things, and I thought, right, okay, so that's how I've got to do it, and that's what I've got to try and remember. Because it's easy to overdo, because it cooks so quickly. It is easy to overdo food in there. So just pay attention to the booklet, pay attention to your timings, and all of that, and you'll be fine. Good to go.
Now, the other thing is exactly what Kelly says. It is a bit of trial and error when you first begin, because I've tried vegetables in it. I've undercooked them, overcooked them. You will get used to it.
Yeah.
So the advice I would do is put them on and then just keep checking them periodically. The good thing about an air fryer is not like an oven. Once you open that oven door, you lose all that heat. With the air fryer, you can just pull it out, look at it, and put it back in, and it continues that cook.
Yeah.
So again, if you do check it continuously. And the other thing there does as well, what I was actually shocked at, it does an amazing toasted cheese sandwich. Unbelievable. I know that's not what you want to buy it for, but I couldn't believe how well that came out. Touche said, oh, lol, can I have that in writing that I'm organised, please? I shall do that.
Yep.
I shall say, to whom it may concern, I can confirm that Touche Mabouche Pineapple is organised. Signed, Mark and Kelly. We will do that. You're definitely organised. But to have your Christmas shopping done in November, mid-November, is very impressive.
Yeah.
Eva said, I'm thinking of purchasing. Oh, yeah, you were talking about the Dolce Gusto. Well, check out. Now is the best time. What I found out is the Black Friday deals are on a par with the January sales.
Yeah.
So it's either if you want to get your deals, get them now, or wait till January.
Because there never used to be. I mean, to be fair, in the last few years, I would say in the last 5 years, I guess, there's been sales before Christmas. Prior to that, you had to wait till January sales.
Oh, no, this is it. Now, when I was young, which might be a while ago, you never had sales on before Christmas, ever. But now, I think because obviously the struggling economy, shops are trying to get their sales quotas, so they are putting it.
This year, especially, because Black Friday, you used to have to wait till Friday.
Oh,
that specific Friday.
So a question by Touche is, have you got your heated blanket yet, babes?
Yes. One of the purchases that I made, which is over there.
And we love you too, Touche. Get that mac and cheese in your air fryer, Mark. Oh, I'd love to know what. I haven't thought of that. No, that's not my idea. That was Touche's idea. I can't disappoint Touche.
I'm just thinking how you would.
I would try it. I would do it. I would just buy it and heat it up.
Thanks, Touche.
Thank you, Touche. Right, anyway, let's show. It's to your left.
But it's
over
right. There. Oh. Otherwise, I've got to get up and then I've just
God
got
forbid you have to get up.
Skirt past this bit and all of that. He could just get up and just, go. Otherwise, I have to skirt past and all of this sort of business.
God forbid you have to get up. Just allowing me to do all the getting up. Right, do you move that tin for me? There we are. Move all the remote controls.
Tin is moved.
Right. So, Madame has purchased 2 things, guys. First of all,
the the
Oh, so before we start, Aoife said, "Oh, my new bed and bedding also a prerequisite along with an electric blanket. Do get them now. Wait, or you can wait till the January sales, Aoife. But if you need them now, now's the time to get them in the Black Friday deals.
yeah, now's the time to get it. So
Oh yeah, you want to take off your label.
yeah,
So-
this is, so it comes with a remote, and it's a grey one that I got, so you can see there. And yeah, I haven't used it yet. I haven't taken it out. I
So-
suppose we could take it out now.
Do you want to have a little open? I'm just trying to get these
Yeah.
labels off. You haven't done a very good taking your label off.
Well, no, because it's stuck on it. So
I did
you
mine.
get me.
So
you
we're-
you
look at
get one
this.
of them show offs. Do you know what I'm saying?
I need no new clothes too. Two said, all I know is comfort food. Oh, I love comfort food. Never knock comfort food.
So this is the first time I'm taking it out
Oh,
at the same time.
So we are unboxing live. I didn't expect you to do that. I think you're going to do this as a vid. Well, there we are.
No, just open it up. I don't think this is worth doing a video for.
So we are now doing the unboxing live.
This is washable, by the way, so you can wash it in the washing machine.
There we are.
But this is it.
Now it looks like a regular blanket. Now what it is saying here, according to the instructions, is you're not to put any pins through it because obviously there's all wires through here as well.
Don't know how this is washable though, because
And also as well, it's washable at 30 degrees. It says here, not flame retardant. Use only as an over blanket.
Oh.
Do not use if wet.
press to release.
Do not use with a helpless person, an infant, or a person insensitive to heat. All right, I see. Use the with control, 100% polyester. There we are. So I think what they're saying is if anybody can't feel heat or got a loss of limbs, not loss of limbs, what's the word I'm with? Loss of feeling.
Right.
That's the difference. So you just got to be wary of that as well because they won't heat it. So it looks like a normal blanket as well, but I can feel the wires in it.
Yeah,
actually.
you can feel the. But do you know what? I got the less expensive one because that's the only one that they had in stock. There was a more expensive one that I wanted to get, but they didn't have it in stock. But
No.
that's not to say that I'm not going to get another one.
So you
because
can
trust me, I will.
So you can see here, this is actually the place where you plug it. I'm shocked this is
Yeah, that's
look at
why.
I'm absolutely move this tin, please.
Where am I going to move
just put it
it?
on the floor. Look at that. So that's where you plug it in. I don't know if you can see that. And you put that in the washing machine. I am surprised.
It does say press to release though, so I don't know
Ah.
if you release it.
No. Press to release is there. You click in there.
Right. Okay.
So it's not actually. So you do chuck that in the washing machine. I am surprised. That is.
It does say machine washable on it, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does. It does.
Yeah.
Well, it's got the instructions here.
Yeah.
So it does say so 30 degrees. You have to do it low. You're not supposed to dry clean it. You don't iron it.
No, of course not.
I forget what these symbols mean. So basically, a triangle with a cross in it. I don't know what these
Let's
mean.
have a look.
I think one of them means don't dry clean.
Okay, so yeah, don't iron. You wash at 30 degrees. It doesn't even say
Don't wash it at degrees.
you can even tumble dry it actually.
So Tanika said she's very tempted to get one. Tell Tanika about that story about what your friend Liz when she went on a date and they went to the cinema.
So yeah, but she did that when we went to. Well, she did this when we went to the theatre, right? So
I don't know what I find this hilarious, but I'll let you tell the
so and she pulled out like a cover, her slippers, and all of this.
This
type
is
of
on
stuff.
a date, so she went on to put it. You've always got to give them context. So basically, Kelly's friend Liz went on a date with this guy to the cinema, and what she did is she took blankets, she took hot water bottles.
Yeah.
She took... And what did he text her and say to her?
I can't even remember.
Oh,
you must remember the story.
I remember it
better
as
than
well.
I do.
No. I remember the story because he texted her afterwards after the date and said, "Don't bring this stuff again. I'm not down with that."
But like, yeah. But do you know what? Like back in the day when I was younger, the cinema could get quite cold. Like
Yeah.
it was a weird one because when I was really young, the cinema was never cold, but people used to be able to smoke in the cinema back in the day. And
You're talking about the 1980s, but yeah.
yeah, but even as a teenager, it wasn't. But somewhere in between, somewhere sort of like not even the late 90s, but maybe early 2000s, the cinema got really cold. They had all of these sort of like
Well, I'm just gonna. The reason
aircon
why
and all of this.
I'm moving is I'm going to plug this in so we can actually test it live, so you guys can see. Where's the plug?
It's there. You took it out. Oh no, here it is.
No. Oh yeah. This. See, case in point, guys.
This
Oh
is
no,
the
you took.
first time.
You took it
Don't
out. It's your
try
fault. It's your fault.
it.
Oh.
I didn't say it was your fault. I said you took it out.
Right. Okay. So let me just show you this. So can you see that? So these are the controls you get here. You'll get your little plug with the socket in here, which I'm just going to unplug. Right, that's the bit they mean when they say grips. So you can see here the grip. So the idea is you'll just press these like that, and that's going to plug into that little section I showed you, if I can find it. So I'm going to be off camera for a little second while I find it. Here we go. So that's a little section here, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is plug that in there. There we go. So that's linked up. All right. And I'm just going to plug this in.
Now this sort of like tells you bits and pieces. Just say, yeah. So this tells you sort of like bits and pieces, how to plug it in, where to plug it in, the controls, and all of that type of stuff. So look, that's the dial.
So read them out. So
so temperature table, 6 is fast preheat, 5 to 4 is medium preheat, and 3 to 1 is 1 to 3, should I say, is continuous or all night use.
Okay, so there are actually 9 numbers on here. What does 9 do?
Okay, so 9 standby LED.
No. I beg your pardon. So if all right, so you got
it tells you the hours.
Right, okay, so there's your numbers. You've got 1 to 6. Although for some reason, yes, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then from there as well. So 1 is
3 to what? 1 to 3 is continuous or all night use.
So those there. 4 and 5 is medium preheat, and then 6 is a fast preheat. So if you want to if you're freezing cold and you need that instant heat, we got there. There's a little timer and there's a temperature gauge on there. So let's plug this in.
Ooh, I am a little bit cold, you know. I had my fleece on, and then I was getting a little bit hot. And look, because I've got my normal t-shirt on.
So there we are. I'm just going to turn that on. Or should I put it on? Fast preheat. Let's do that. So I'm going to kick the 6.
Is it on? Have you turned it on?
Yeah. Oh, press the button. Wait a minute. I forgot to. Oh, there you go. Stupid me. So there's the button there. Can you see that? There's a little. Let it focus. There's a on button there. So turn that on. Can you see the numbers little flashing there? There we are. I put it on 6. So let me just press that on. Oh, look, and there's the hours. I didn't spot that. So it's 1 hour, 3 hours. So we're going to preheat this for 1 hour. Oh my God. I can feel that. That's getting warm already. That is getting warm already. I don't know if it's because I've just sat on it or it's
probably because. Oh yeah, here.
Can you feel that? It is getting warm.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, but only in that thing. So let's see if it gets warm. I will buy another one, by the way, because I have to have pretty much 2 of everything.
Oh wow, it must have been cold. Tanika said, if I was single and a guy brought a blanket and hot water bottle, I think I would find it a little strange at first, but also quite romantic in a way. Well, it's funny how guys and women think differently as well, because like I say, he was not impressed at all.
He used the word. It wasn't I'm not down with that.
No, he definitely said I'm not down with that. He
said something else. It's similar to I'm not down with that, but there was a specific word that he used of a specific vernacular, and I can't remember what it was.
He wasn't impressed, apparently. I found that hilarious. Do you know what I would just say? If you and I had met on a first date and you bought all that stuff, I would find that quite cute. I think, oh, she's cold. That's nothing. I wouldn't bother me at all, but some guys really don't like that.
I think on a first date, because you was like real talk, yada yada yada, and I can't remember the word that he used. But it was words to the effect of I'm not down with that. But it wasn't he didn't say those words. It was like real talk, blah 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 blah. And I can't remember.
Well, 2 cents sounds nice to me. My nan used to go to work with a hot water bottle and a coat. She always hated the cold, like the idea of a blanket. Coziness equals 100%.
I can feel it getting warm. I never brought a hot water bottle to work, but I knew there was a girl. She was forever. I'm one of these people, I feel the cold quite easily. And there are 2 other girls at work, and one used to bring a hot water bottle to work. And then another girl, she was all forever in her coat at work. This is warming up quite nicely.
You see, so yeah, guys, this is warm. This is
nice.
really warm. I've got to say. So there you are. So far, our review has been quite good, even though we're doing this live. It's actually very warm. I haven't got it on me, but Kelly's got it. The only thing is, I've got to say, these wires keep getting tangled up.
Yeah, because I think you would have to sort of like pop it down there, and then you would have the blanket across you. So, but because we haven't opened up the blanket properly as well.
There you go. All right, that's all untangled. So yeah, just be wary of that. It is all tangled up, but you've got it there. But that's really warm.
Yeah.
Actually, that's getting hot. So
I don't feel it's getting hot, but it is warm.
So in 5 minutes, that's pretty much heated up. So
I do feel like it's enough for one person.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
hint, I'm not sharing.
It's not that, but it's not big enough for two. Look. This will be like.
I can't read the comments.
I'm just saying. Yeah, chance. We're reviewing something, for goodness sake.
Tanika said he sounds like he takes things too seriously. This is going back to the guy with it. Do you know what it was? I got the impression he wanted her to dress up sexy on the first date and stuff like this. And the fact that she started busting out the water bottle, blankets. I think she had a woolly hat, she was saying.
It wasn't. Do you know what it wasn't? It wasn't.
Good old Liz.
They've known it. They've been on dates before. They've known each other for a while. And but I think this was the first time that they had gone to the cinema. So they'd been out for dinner dates and all of that type of stuff. And but to be fair, like she bought all of this stuff out when we went to the theatre. Like she bought like cover, slippers, like loud snacks kind of thing as well. And I was just like yeah, and it was just one of those things, like it's like a comfort thing. Do you know what I mean? Now, in my mind, I wouldn't think to bring a cover with me to the theatre. Oh, let me tell you something. So last night I went to the theatre. Towards the end, so there was like a sing along at the end, and towards the end, my mum went to the loo. Now I was with my aunt and some friends, and I thought in order to sort of like there's not a culmination of people, because we were there with some people with learning difficulties and all of that. So instead of there being like a massive everybody trying to culminate as they're leaving and all that, I thought let's just make a little bit of a head start. So we started to walk out. We were on the stairs. People were still singing and all of this. And my mum came back from the toilet and she was like, "Why are you getting up?" Anyway, during this time, before my mum came back, it sounded like somebody was pouring a bottle of water on the floor, like just going shh, shh. And I looked around, I couldn't see anything. And then I could hear it again, and I could hear it again. And I turned around, and there was some lady vomiting, right, in the thing. And I was just like, oh my God. Now, I'm so, because she was just behind us, which meant that if we were still sitting where we were, she would have been just in front of us. Like she was a row or two in front of us. Bless her. I just thought, oh no. And she was vomiting, and it was loud.
That's
it was like
disgusting.
Oh, but sometimes old people, you know.
Was she old? I didn't know.
Sometimes, you know, she was elderly.
I didn't know that.
And sometimes, you know, people they suffer from things.
You didn't tell me she was elderly.
I did tell you she was elderly yesterday, but she so she was vomiting and everything, and I was just like, oh my God. And I just thought, thank God we got out of there, because if I had smelt it, it would have gone off. Things would have gone off. So, anyway, we got upstairs, and I was just telling my mum, because I was telling my aunt about it as well. But I was saying it in our, we speak a slang French, so I was saying it in the slang French so that it wouldn't freak out the other people that we were with, and it also wouldn't freak out everybody else that we were with. Anyway, there was an usher as we were going down the steps, and I said to the usher, I said, "Oh, just let you know, there is a lady vomiting back there." And she looked at me nonplussed, and I just said, "I just thought you should know, because I should let someone know, right?"
What do you want me to do about it?
Yeah. She was looking at me as if to say, "What do you want me to do about it?" But listen, I'm just letting you know. What you do with that information is irrelevant to me, because I'm leaving.
Clearly ignoring it. Tusha, do you think you could buy heat up socks too? Yes, you can, Tush. and we will demonstrate that in a second. Aoife said, Mark and Kelly, please check out the sight light on in or on the box. Is there a sight light? Which one was that? On there?
The LED light.
Oh, the LED light. Okay, we'll have a look at that as well. Tanika said, the worst date I ever had was years ago. A guy asked me to go out for a meal and he showed up with his friends. Oh, no. Oh, he showed up with his friend. So what? You had a table for 3. Did you stay? It was so awkward. No, what? I never did that.
Ian.
That wasn't a date. I met you up in I just met you up with you in my.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me that.
No. He was. The idea was he was going to come, say hello to you, and he was supposed to go off. That's what he said. He said, "Yeah, I'm just going to go off and do my thing." It wasn't a date.
But he didn't go off.
No, he didn't in the end. No. Tanika said, "Lo, I can see why you would think that, but he was far from shy." Aoife said, "Other than my mind, would go to dark places." Oh, that's for your light. Oh, of course, yeah, your light thing you were talking about. Oh, I wouldn't either, said Kelly, said Touche, about the vomiting bit. I think it would do that. Eva's asked you something in French. Light boxes, it's always light boxes, light in the box is a site.
Yeah, but you know what? I've heard so many bad things about Light in the Box.
What is Light in the Box?
It's a clothing website, and they're based in, I don't know if it's like China or the Philippines or somewhere like that, and but they're not very. The website's not that great.
Eva's put some stuff in French which I can't translate. But yeah, no, I was gonna say that date thing. So Aoife, sorry, Tanika, please tell us more. What happened then with the date? Did you stay for the meal with the 3 of you, or did you leave, or was it just awkward?
What, you're sick? You mean?
Aoife, I think, yeah, what you were saying. Right, now, what you're translating that into French, I'm going to get the second thing, which Touche said.
I see, after my story.
Okay, so the second thing that Kelly has purchased, talking of heated socks, you can get heated socks. Check that out. Now, that is going to be Kelly, that little lady there. It's one massive heated booty.
Yeah, it's not socks per se, but yeah.
It's the closest thing you can get.
Yeah, closest thing, I think.
So it is the same sort of thing. You stick your feet in there, just like your friend Liz. I would love it if she bust this out in the cinema and brought that as well. But the idea is you can heat up those things. So ready for there. Again, as you can see, it is machine washable. And it said it's fleece cozy, whatever that means.
But you know what? Like, in this day of the energy crisis, right? You've got to think of ways that, like, we can't have the heating on all day. Like, we've never had the heating on all day. But to be fair, we've never been shy about putting the heater on. And normally, I would have it on timer all day. So all day it would be on timer. But now, you're afraid to put the heat on. I got home last night. No, not last night, because last night it was warm because you put the heating on. But the day before, when we came back from the christening, the house was so cold. It was so cold. I was like, oh my Lord. And we put the heating on, but we can't have the heating. So we bought some energy saving things. So we bought I bought a slow cooker, which is over there. We bought the air fryer. We haven't used you've only used it to grill off stuff, I think. So we've been using the air fryer, hot water bottles galore. Now we've got the heated rail, heated rail, which you've used. I think, have you used it every day?
I have used it every day. It's on at the moment.
Right,
so
okay.
yeah, I'll come on to the heated rail just for a bit. So the idea is we're trying to sort of demo some saving devices for you guys, just in case heating is going to be so expensive this year. So we're looking at ways to decrease that and use these. So Touche said, wow, Nan would have loved this. Wow, Kelly, you're going to be toasty this winter.
I like your Nan. Me, I love it too.
Eva said, I looked at some months ago in Aldi, but didn't buy it. So this was Lakeland as well, wasn't it?
No, both of these were Argos.
Oh, they were both in Argos.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we are, Argos. How much was this? Can you remember?
£41.
And how much was the?
£60.
So this throws. How is it? Is it nice and warm?
Yeah, it is warm.
Oh my God, it is really warm. Do you know what it feels like? It feels like you've actually had this on the radiator for
Yeah,
some time.
that's
and
what it feels like. It's just come off the radiator.
yeah, it's really, really warm. So I think Kelly is going to love this. She's never going to move from bed. I think she'll have this upstairs. But it does feel.
I will get to one for upstairs one, but I'd like to get a bigger one. So like if we're together or something, we can have it only
Yeah.
both of us
Oh,
or
I let you be
whatever.
snuggle. Actually, in fact, it's generating heat. I can really feel it.
But this is for one person.
Aoife said, I have to have the heat on, or my body aches so bad. And do you know what? That's the thing as well, because a lot of people feel like that as well, that they have to have the heating on because of that reason. But I know it's going to be really expensive this year. So we're looking at some other products for you. So let's have a little look at this.
Tanika, just wondering, they are quite expensive, aren't they? Right. This was £60. This was the cheapest that I could find this. Lakeland have hiked up their prices, would you believe? Because
oh gosh, yeah.
This in Lakeland was originally £59. I think it's gone up to £89 now. So everything's gone up, and or because I picked it up and they had turned the receipt. They had turned the receipt around, and when I went up, so when I turned the receipt back round, it was £59.99. And I thought, great, I'll pick up the £59.99 one. Took it to the counter. And he said $69.99. I was just like, what? So I put that back. And then Argos, I got this for £60. And then this, I got that £41. And I did want matching colours. So I pretty much have got matching colours, yeah.
Touche said, we only have heating on now and then, only for like half an hour, just to take the chill off. Been very cold indoors today. Never normally feel the cold. Yeah, and that's funny enough. That's what we've been doing as well. More than half an hour. We put it on for a couple of hours. I must be honest. But I'm trying to reduce that just so we can save costs.
Yeah, it's so true.
Eva said, yeah, the thermo hot plates, aka the 2-ring cooker. So yeah, I know you've been trying to get that one as well, and that's the one you've been trying to clean. Eva says, so instead of heating on, putting my coat. Oh, you put the heat pad on to heat. Oh, that's interesting. Right. The cooker. And then the booty by December and a heated electric blanket. So that's what you're going to do. Charlie, 788 followers. I like it. Eva said, Charlie, YouTube, unsub me, but we'll resub both of my channels. Yeah, we were wondering that about unsubbing, weren't we? Well, our followers tend to sort of do this, but even when people don't unfollow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on with you. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know what's going on with you. The box is a bit battered, which also worries me.
Yeah, well, so funny enough, we did wonder that. We'll talk about the air dryer we bought as well in a moment, but here we go. So I'm going to pull this out.
Ooh,
there she is.
Nice. That looked nice.
Oh wow, the instruction booklet is massive.
That looked nice.
Oh look at that. I wonder though if it's all in different languages.
In different languages.
Yeah, it is. It is. Hence, that's why. So don't worry, you don't have to read a 90-page document. The English is about 3 pages.
Okay, so what it is, you've got another little thing in there. So if I just show you, so you got that, and then you put your feet in there, so it's not, bare in the bag there.
Right, now I know we are just going to all right, this foot warmer is not designed for use in hospitals. This foot warmer is only intended for domestic private use, not for commercial use. Can you imagine that? Just sitting in a salon with loads of your feet and loads of things. Oh, there goes the lights. Kelly banging things around.
I didn't bang anything.
You're knocking against the thing. That's why
I didn't bang anything.
Do not use this foot warmer with shoes. Why would you wear shoes? Do not use this wet. Do not do it when it's folded or bunched up. This foot warmer must only be connected to the power voltage. Anyway, so normally we would read the labels. I'm going to put the lamp up.
I've seen the blanket robe, and I did debate about the robe and the. I think it's a bit difficult, that light. So basically with this light, it's a 3-prong leg. So if you don't get it in the right position and it wobbles and all that, but I actually want to get one with a base plate that is more sturdy. But they're so expensive.
Right.
And
sorry, these are your controls, as you can see here. So it's quite simple for the booty. You've got 0, 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm assuming I haven't read the instructions. We haven't had time. Sorry being off camera, but it's just easier for me to read the instructions here.
So you just move it up to change the. So let me show you.
Yeah, so and it literally is. So 0 is off, and it's like medium heat, minimum heat, medium heat, maximum heat.
Yeah. So
All right,
I'll go for
go
1.
Go for 1.
Yeah.
And let me plug this in. Oh God, there's so much stuff plugged in.
I've got what you call it, insulated socks on at the moment. Well,
Alright.
velvet socks that
Now-
I've got from M&S. So
Let me come back in screen. So this is going to be a bit difficult, guys, because we're going to have to. Kelly's going to have to put it down and
Yeah.
test it. So the booty goes in like that. You stick your feet in. Off
'Cause
you
I've got-
go.
because I've got my socks on.
Take your socks off so you can
Yeah.
feel it. Right, let me read the comments as well. Aoife said, Touche said, you can buy a blanket robe for lounging on the sofa. They're cozy and save costs. Heat yourself rather than your house. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why we wanted to test out these products.
Ooh.
Tanika said, have you guys watched The Mole on Netflix?
No, I was just about to read that. No, I've not even heard of it.
What is The Mole? And have
Is
you
that a
seen-
spy thing?
Oh, and Tanika, if you don't mind, please tell me about that day. I'm so intrigued. Did you go through with it? Did you sit with the friends? If you don't mind telling as well, I just find that really funny that he brought his mate along with him. That must have been so awkward. Imagine having a meal with somebody else on your first date. That's just a funny story. What's the worst date you've been? Don't say with me. Can you think of the worst date?
I went out with somebody that's quite well known, and he is it wasn't was it our first date? It might have been our first date. So he took me to so we had decided to go to the cinema. So he picked me up and we went to the cinema. And when he took me to a cinema in Peckham because his friend worked there. And when we got there, so he was talking to his friend, and like Peckham Cinemas, not well back in the day, it was still one of those cinemas that was really cheap, so it's like £3-4. And so he was talking to the guy and getting his money. I goes, oh, that's okay, I'll pay for myself. And he went, yeah.
Tanika said it's a reality show where people have to do challenges to win money. However, one of the group is the mole and is tasked to sabotage and lose the money. Oh, that's interesting. We'll have to give that a watch. It does sound interesting. Thunder said, is Kelly's worst date the one where they went to the cinema and the guy was rude and said, yeah, abruptly and expected you to pay? Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Tanika,
and he was a well-known person. Yeah.
Janika said they all vote for who they think the mole is each week, and the people get eliminated based on how they feel, how far off they are. The winner is at the end is the one who guesses correctly.
Oh wow!
Now there's a show I was watching actually where it was similar. You had to guess which couples were fake. And hey Keegan, how are you? You okay? You had to guess which couple were fake, and of course the idea was if you got it right, you got lots of money. But if you got it wrong, no, it wasn't the couple. Sorry, it was one of the people were fake as well. So if you're a guy, you had to try and get a date with the woman. But if you got a date with somebody who's fake, they took the money.
Yeah.
So it would be someone who's already either married or got a partner.
Yeah.
Kelly, message in French for you. There's another message you're going to have to read.
Okay.
It's that one at the top. Thunder said, how well known are we talking? So Solid Crew, Tom Hanks, or no, it wasn't Tom Hanks, was it? Or did you date Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks, no.
Oh, Tanika, oh great, this is the bit. Sorry, Thunder, I've got to read this out. Tanika said, so the date was very strange. He asked to meet at a French restaurant. I arrived first, and he was 20 minutes late. Showed up with his friend. I was shocked, expecting him to explain what's going on. Oh dear.
And did he explain what was going on? Did you ask?
Did you actually have the meal? Keegan said, I'm good. Do you know about FIFA World Cup? I do. Funny enough, we haven't mentioned the World Cup, but I said England did so well. Did you watch it, Keegan? 6-2 to England. Oh, but he didn't. He just introduced his friend. I didn't want to be rude, so I said hello. Worst thing is, I sat at the table for 2. We had to move to a table for 3. Oh, Tanika. Oh, Tanika.
Did he pay at the end of the date?
I can't believe you had to go to a table for 3. That is just hilarious.
Thank you, if I read your French. No, thank you. You're so kind to say.
Oh my God, Thunder had the same thing. Oh, same here, Tanika. My date kind of kept bringing friends gradually, so it seemed less special. And he kept bringing mates. That's even worse. Every date he'd bring somebody else.
And Thunder, have you been on a date recently? How's your
Oh
date?
yeah, how's your date thing?
date
So I
going?
forgot to ask you. I was going to say, have you been back to Portsmouth recently?
Mm.
Poor Tanika says, Aoife. Tanika said, we ordered food. The friend hardly spoke, pretty much sat in silence the whole time. We all ate, then left behind. They both walked me to the train station. Both, you had 2 escorts. Fantastic. I've never, do you know what? Actually, with dates, I've never had a terrible one. I've been quite lucky. But I have had, funny enough, I've had terrible excuses. I've been turned down for terrible excuses. So with mine, this is before I met you. This is many years ago. I asked a girl out on a date, and she said yes. So I got I booked a restaurant. I got some flowers, I think at the time as well. Her favorite ones as well, which were they were really difficult to get hold of, but I managed to get hold of them. And so this was all did all
Poppies.
Did all that planning, and then on the oh, did I tell you that? And on the what was funny was on the date she was supposed to turn up, she cancelled. And do you know what she said?
Go on.
She said, I can't turn up because I'm sanding my bathroom floor. And that was the excuse for not coming. After saying yes and doing all of that. Eva said, I would die, Kelly. That sounds like a bloke wanting a menage a trois. Oh, no. Oh, dear me. I was going to say, I don't know. I don't think that was the case, was it?
Well, do you know what? I've got to say that thought did pop into my mind with regards to Tanika's situation. I was just thinking, that's strange to bring your friend along, get a table for 3, eat. And did the guy you went on a date with, did he pay, or did you just all 3 split the bill?
This is getting weird. Thunder said, oh, I went to stay with him last week, but I haven't been to see him since then. When I got home, my mum told me that sad news that a family member who wasn't ill or anything suddenly passed away. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Thunder. I hope you're okay.
Hope your mum's okay.
Yeah, I hope your mum's okay too. Sorry to hear that. Tanika said we actually went on one more date. Oh my God, you gave him another go. I tell you something, you are very good and you're very persistent. After that, this time to the park for a picnic. He turned up, we walked around, sat to eat, and ate both sandwiches that I packed, mine and his, and all the you packed the sandwiches. So kind of, I haven't been in the dating kind of mood since. No, I can imagine that. Sorry to hear that. Tanika said, I was done with him after that. And yes, you know what he may have had that in mind. Now I'm thinking about it. So just thought I'd bring my friend. Just thought I'd mention it. Yeah, deepest condolences, said Aoife. That's really nice to say. So yeah, condolences for that. But my word as well. I was going to say, so you actually made the sandwiches on top. That is something else.
Yeah, I feel like the dating scene can be quite a bit of a crazy one, because everybody comes with their own expectations.
Yeah.
And I feel like guys, like with me, I'm a traditional girl, and for me, I think at the beginning of the date, it should be custom for me, and this is just my own personal opinion. A guy should pay, and the girl should offer to split the bill, because I feel like, do you know what I mean? But the guy should, do you know what I mean? But that's in my mind the idea of a gentleman, I guess. But that's not the same for everyone, because everybody has their own opinions.
I know.
Yeah, everybody has their own opinions. You know, there are so many girls now who want to pay for themselves, who want to be independent and all of that. Now, I don't think, for me, it's not about independence, it's more about chivalry. So it's not about, like, I have my money to be able to go and do my own thing and stuff like that. But it's more about the chivalrous part for me, which the romantic part, the chivalry part. That to me is important, but it's not important for every girl. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like some men just think that women are after their money, which is in the majority of the cases not true. In some cases it may be true though, don't get me wrong, because I know there are some girls that, but like if you're making your own money and you're doing your own thing or whatever, there's no need to think that a woman is after your money and that's all she's after.
Thunder said, "Thank you. It's okay, Nourish, but I feel like I'm being. I don't like being away from home because something happened, and I wish I'd spent more time with my uncle." Thunder said, "Yeah, he was washing his car, suddenly passed away just like that, and it was shocking a lot. And I don't want to miss out on my family, but I always want to see him. But he lives so far away. I'm kind of stuck now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, Thunder, but don't let it. It will." Obviously have that effect, and it's good just staying with your family as well, but
I think what we have to remember is that even though we all need to try, and life is going to happen anyway regardless. Life carries on. When my gran passed away, I was walking, I was devastated, and I remember I was walking on my way to the station and I was crying. And I couldn't understand why the whole world hadn't stopped. Like, why was everything normal to everyone else when my world had just, do you know what I mean? So I think no matter what you do or how much time you spend with someone and stuff like that, life carries on anyway. So don't let it stop you from carving out a piece of life for yourself. Do you know what I mean? It would be so nice if we could just spread ourselves out and do all the things that we want, spend as much time as we can with our family members and all of that. It would be perfect. But you don't want to stop your own growth and your own life. I had the chance to travel, and when I thought about, oh, I'll have to leave my gran, it stopped me from traveling. And I don't mind that. I never regret that I didn't travel, go and live in different countries and all that, because my time with my gran was very precious, and I wanted to do that, and that's what I did. I spent my time with my gran, but like I said, I feel like if you concentrate too much on things, it can stop you from doing things. And don't be don't feel guilty and things like that because you're trying to make a bit of time for yourself and you're trying to carve out time for yourself, because life is still going to be there, but you need to make your life as well. Otherwise, before you know it, you look up and you'll wonder, what did you do, what did you achieve, what did you do for yourself. So while you can spend time with your family, that's brilliant, also think about yourself as well.
Thunder said, "Yeah, you're absolutely right, but grieving is never an easy thing to go through. It's painful to feel like this, and you won't see that person again. I don't want to say bye." And there's some very nice comments, actually. I won't read all of them out because they're personal to you, but but the guys have left some nice comments there. Aoife was saying about how she missed her cousin's funeral during the COVID in the UK, so I can see that as well. But yeah, or meditate, Tusha Singh, to help. Now, Thunder, there was a question there that Tanika was going to ask you. So let me just go there. So Tanika said, apparently when she had the picnic, the guy ate all the sandwiches that Tanika prepared, which she found very rude. Oh, Tanika, he was lucky you gave him a second go. But there you go. So Tanika said, now question, Kelly, if you offered to pay, so this is on a date. So imagine you're on a date, and he accepted. Would you be offended?
I wouldn't be offended if somebody accepted the payment. But there was a guy. So when I dated this guy, and he was like, yeah, as if it was expected that I was going to pay. There's a problem. I would never. If they said, oh yeah, do you mind if we split it, because you're at the beginning, so I can understand how a guy would not want to spend or not want to would not be invested at this point. Do you know, like if it's like a first or second date, I can imagine, because he might go on to date 10 more girls before he finds the one or whatever. You might go on to date 10 more guys before you choose that that's the guy that you want to spend more time with and stuff like that. So I would just be offended in the way that it's expected or whatever. Like, um, you know, you watch these first dates. I don't know if you watch first dates, but there was one couple on there, and the guy said, "Ah, you're gonna have to pay half or something like this, right?" And the waiter was there, and it was just so awkward because you know you're on TV, you're doing a first dates thing. They go like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to pay," and she goes, "Oh, okay." And then she goes, "Oh, is this enough?" And he goes, "Yes, stick another 10 on that." And I was just like, "What?" That was in the news and everything. He's getting used. Needless to say, she didn't have a second date with this guy, but I do feel like, yeah, there is a certain type of thing. Like if a guy said to you, "Oh, it's all right, I'll pay, but do you mind paying the tip?" Or you know, there are other ways to sort of like. But yeah, if you want, yeah, like a girl should always offer. I think a girl should always offer to pay part of the bill, and then you accept whatever the outcome is. But I don't like it when he's like, well, yeah, of course you're paying for your own ticket. Do you know what I mean? That's the sort of thing I don't
I was
like.
going to say, Eva, if that threat is true via text, you should report that because that is terrible. That is absolutely awful. She'd always report a text like that. Tanika said, yeah, that makes sense. One thing I have done in my past, if the guy pays for dinner on a first date, I will pay for drinks afterwards.
Right.
Well, do you know what? It's interesting. So I'll tell you from a guy's, oh, good. I'm glad you reported it. And she loves first dates as well, says Tanika. Now, I'll tell you from a guy's perspective. So from a guy's perspective, this is just from me. I don't speak for all guys, but I would always go on a date. So if we weren't together and I was going back X amount of years ago and I was going on a date, I would always go on the expectation that I am going to pay. So that would always be my expectation. I wouldn't expect to. Now, I have had dates very many years ago in the past where the lady has actually insisted on doing half. 50-50. I said, no, I'll pay. And she goes, no, I insist. I said, no, I'll pay. No, I insist. No, I'll pay. But it was like that. But she insists on paying. So I thought, okay, well, I don't want, this is going to turn into an argument. So I thought, okay. But most cases I've done that. However, I have gone on a date where the woman has not brought any money at all. So the expectation was that I paid because I didn't ask her for pay. I said, didn't you? But I did notice she hadn't bought anything like a bag or anything. So when we were leaving the restaurant and we were going for drinks afterwards, I said, didn't you bring a bag? Oh, no, I didn't bring anything. I didn't bring a wallet or anything or purse or anything. So,
how was she getting home?
Okay. Well, how do you think? So, expecting me to pay. Touche said, I had an awful date with a farmer. All right, my love. We walked into town, Worcestershire, and went to Woolworths. Then he planned to walk back to my local pub. He couldn't walk quicker, leaving me behind. Oh my God. He took you to Woolworths. Was that part of the date? Just to
Was
take
there
you
a
to
cafe in Woolworths?
or were you just shopping in Woolworths? Oh, good, Eva. I'm glad a statement was taken. Thunder said, thank you, but actually I've been meditating since 2019 and it does help. I've never tried meditation, actually. Well, I have many years ago, but it's something I would like to get back into, actually.
I get distracted, too distracted.
Yeah. Eva said, it makes me reluctant to now go on physical dates. So you shouldn't let that always deter you. There are ways you can do sort of safer dating. Touche said, walking by myself, we got to the pub and he said he had to leave. We never even had the drink. You took him to Woolworths Cafe. Oh my word, fantastic. Do you know what?
I don't think Woolworths would have been that thing that bad back in the day, but I suppose, yeah, you have to see what your expectations are, I guess. My expectations, like I remember, my bestie Eve, she had a friend, and I remember she was dating this guy, and he took her to quite nice restaurants, And she said she was so shocked with this guy because she was used to guys taking her to Burger King. Do you know what I mean? Now, I don't think Burger King is that bad when you're, when you're a teenager and all of that, your early 20s, and you don't quite know what's what yet and all of this. And you go to Burger King, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, or whatever. But when you get to a certain age, your tastes are maturing, you yourself are maturing. So you want to go to, I'm not saying fancy restaurants, but you want to go to restaurants. You don't want to go to fast food restaurants, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, but she was just used to guys taking her to Burger King. So when she met this guy and he was taking her to nice restaurants, her eyes were opened because she.
Who goes to Oh, okay. But some people might do. I shouldn't judge.
Well, one of our first dates was at Pizza Hut.
Yeah, it was true, but we were a lot younger than I suppose.
Yeah, we were younger, but that's what I'm saying.
Thunder said, someone told me that they knew a guy who would never pay for a date. He would purposely spend ages looking for his wallet until the girl felt sorry for him. And when she got her purse out then also because it broke up a bit, then he would find his wallet, but by that time she would end up paying. Oh my God. But the thing is, I don't understand why a bloke would do that, because why would you're not going to get another date, and if you do, I tell you something, full kudos to that woman, because she must have absolute patience of a saint.
The thing is, I can imagine that while he's taking time and the person came over, I would have just thought, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to pay for my half. And then I would pay for half the bill. So while he's still looking for his business, I'd be like, if he couldn't find his wallet, I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going, but you may have to go and work in the kitchen.
So those people that are on there, if a guy did that, would you give them a second chance, or would that just be it? That is unbelievable. So yeah, so Aoife asked, how's the booty? We've got to ask.
Yeah, it's warm, but I've only got it on number 1 at the moment. Yeah, number
Pump
1.
Up the jam. Go up to number 2.
Number 2.
Let's see how that is. That blanket is really warm. I'm not even on it. I'm near it, and I can feel how warm that is. Thunder said, where were we? Aoife said, Mark, could you please zoom into Kelly's headband? She can't make out the color. So it is, if you get closer, it's actually multicolored sequins.
Do you know where I got this? We went to Disney in 2015.
Yeah, I think
2015 or 2017.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one. And it was Mickey's 90th birthday, and because my birthday was at the same time.
You got a little candle.
And so I bought the headband. I didn't like the colors per se, but I liked the fact that there was a cupcake and then there was and a candle on top, and it was a birthday headband. So because it was Mickey's birthday and it was my birthday, I bought the headband.
There we are. Oh, hang on a minute. Where are we? As soon as he said, okay, we go. Kelly, Mark, zoom into the ears. Can't make out the color. Touche said, as soon as he said he'd been hunted, I thought, no, he'd been hunted. Was late teens, I believe. Mark, you'll love the fact I'm now getting ready for the date. I got a brand new combine harvester. In the radio. I got a brand new combine harvester.
I'll give you the key.
Aoife wants to know, how's the blanket and the booties?
Yeah, then we just turned up.
No, what about the blanket?
The blanket's really nice. It's really warm. I like it. I want to get a bigger one.
Oh my God, Thunder, you are a saint. Thunder said, I personally would give him another chance because the paying thing has never been a big deal, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But if I found out about the tactic, I wouldn't, because it's the principle of lying.
Yeah, that's right.
I was going to say, every time we went out on a date, oh God, it's happened again. Why do I keep wearing the holes in the pockets?
Yeah, I don't mind paying every now and again for something. That's not a problem for me. But, pardon me, I want to. It's a difficult one because it's the way that someone goes about something that's the problem for me. So if you're just honest and you just say, do you know what? Can we go halves or whatever? That's fine with me. I'm happy to do that. But don't pretend like you can't find your wallet and you're waiting for the girl to. What you're waiting for me to?
Stop burping.
I'm not. I'm going like this. I only burped once. What are you talking about? I'm like, are you serious? What? Are you serious? So yeah, so it's a bit, yeah. it's more the principle for me, and it's more about somebody pretending to look for their wallet and stuff like that. It just doesn't. It just doesn't
It
sit well
doesn't
with
bode
me.
well. It really
It doesn't sit well with
It
me.
doesn't bode well because basically it is a form of deception. So if you think about it, it's what if they're going to do that, and especially the first dates are when, in theory, you're going to behave, and then as time goes on, I'm not saying everybody does it, but you relax more into the relationship as you get to know each other and you get more comfortable with each other. But if you're not behaving at that point, blimey, what's it going to be later down the line?
I just think that it's a difficult one because I'm happy to pay half of the bill. And once we get to know each other, I don't mind paying every once in a while. Do you know what I mean? But because of the way that I'm not saying it's the right way and I'm not saying it's the wrong way or anything like that. But what I'm saying in the way that I've been brought up, normally you run a house and the man goes out to work, right? That's how I was brought up. However, I've always been an independent person, so I don't quite believe in that. I don't believe in a woman should stay home and all of this type of stuff. But what I do believe is a chivalry is involved somewhere down the line. And um, while I earn my own money and I am independent, I do expect a guy to, if we're going out to a restaurant or whatever, that he's going to pay and everything else. Now, I'm not saying we must go to the most expensive restaurant and we must do this, this, and this. But every once in a while, I will put it to Mark and I'll say, "Oh, do you think we should do afternoon? Because afternoon tea is not cheap." I'll say,
No,
"Do you think we should do afternoon tea, or shall we do the Ned or whatever?" And for his birthday, I've paid for us to go to the Ned and stuff like that. And the Ned is not cheap. Or Mark's paid for us to have afternoon tea or something. Do you know something along those lines? But the majority of the time, Mark does pay. So we don't go to eat in expensive
No.
restaurants and things like that. But on certain occasions, when I think, oh, we feel like we should have a treat of some sort, if we haven't done something for a while, like afternoon tea, we did it earlier this year, but it had been ages since we had done an afternoon tea. So Mark said, "Shall we do an afternoon tea?" And I was like, "Yeah, cool, let's do that." So we went. Mark paid for the afternoon tea and things like that. Um, uh, uh, he normally gets our takeaways, but every once in a while, I say, "Do you know what? I'm treating us to takeaway. What is it you want?" Blah blah blah. And I wholeheartedly believe in
Tanika's
that.
got to go. Bye, Tanika.
Bye,
Thank you for
Tanika.
joining
Thank
us.
you. But I wholeheartedly do believe in that. But that's just me personally. That's not for every woman. Like a lot of people will be like, right. And also I feel like sometimes it's relative on wages. So
Yeah, that's true.
if somebody earns more or whatever, then that is also taken into consideration. Do you know what I mean? If I was the breadwinner and I earned the most money, there's no way that I would say to my, well, excuse me, you should be paying for this, that, and the other. But because I would be ultimately the breadwinner, but our wages are relevant to what we do in the house, um, paying bills and things like that. But I do feel that it is important for a woman to have her own identity and to be independent. So
I can't believe a guy like him is out there. That's the epitome of a character in a sitcom or something. Yeah, but do you know what? There are some really strange people out there. There are some really, really strange people out there. It's that impression of not finding the wallet. Oh, I've got one more. Aoife said, "I'm genuinely scared now to physically meet. Screw you off. You can WhatsApp video call me." That's one way you can do it. I've never done that though. Has anyone ever done a virtual date? I've never done a virtual date.
no, I haven't either.
Eva said, "I hate fussy meals, prefer a carvery meal." And Touche said, "I like a good old carvery. Me and my husband are happy to take it in turns paying." See, that's nice actually that you do that. I mean, obviously that's slightly different as well because you are married, so you can, like I said, you've got that understanding.
Right.
On a first date, it's slightly different, I suppose.
Even the first few days, because you're getting to know each other, and I do feel like, do you know, it just depends on what your thoughts are, but they kind of have to be the same. Does that make sense? They kind of do have to be the same in order for something to continue, because otherwise it's just going to breed frustration.
Yeah.
I knew a girl, and whenever she went on a date, she would always pay. She always ended up paying. And one day, and the guy was totally oblivious to it. You know, he and they'd been going out for a while, and then one day she just completely lost it. And what it was is he wasn't even aware that he should be getting his wallet out, because his parents had always paid and stuff like that. So when she was paying, it didn't clock to him. And clearly his parents had never said to him, when you take a girl out, blah blah blah, or whatever, or explained anything of what their beliefs were, or whatever, or how he should conduct himself. Whether they thought you should always pay for yourself and the girl should always pay for herself, or you should pay for the girl, or you should make it clear that the girl should pay for you, or whatever their beliefs were, they hadn't, explained any dating etiquette at all. And so the girl lost the plot, and then he had no,
Yeah.
he had no, it was just a genuine innocent thing. He just didn't know, and just didn't, he was just, oh right, okay, yeah.
Well, that's what Eva said. Yeah, look, ladies, I've had a threat text, so now it's going to be virtual from here on in.
Right.
Well, I can understand that as well, because that's the safety thing.
Yeah.
So Thunder said, that's true. So who is the strangest character you've ever met? Oh my God, that's so difficult.
Do you know what? When we were talking about the dating thing, I know there was a strange guy, but anyway, you go on.
Do you mean date-wise or just in general? So in general, that's so difficult. I've met many strange. Do you know what? There's an old saying, and that is you don't know someone fully until you've either lived with them or gone on holiday with them.
Yeah.
And that is very, very true.
Mm-hmm.
So I've rented before Kenny and I got together, I rented for many, 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 many years. And so I had many, many, many different flatmates. And then you get to really, really know some people. So I knew some guy that used to chew toenails and eat them. Yes, swallow them. So I've known people that do that. Some very weird.
Yeah, but I think strange girls is in dating wise.
So dating wise, so that's just people. Dating wise, strange. I'm trying to think now.
I can think of one that you told me, but I don't know if you want me to say it. But
no, probably not. I'm just trying to think. I have had some strange. What was the one?
Well, I won't say it because
say one word. It might remember.
A room. Messy
room.
Tearing up.
Oh yeah, no, I won't say that one. No, that was weird. Yeah. That one was very, very weird. But what was I going to say? No, I've had I've had girlfriends that are messy as well. Really, really messy. But I suppose in the strangest character would probably be that flatmate at the time.
I've got one where so basically. There was a.
Sorry, Thunder said in general. So yeah, the flatmate I was told you that used to bite his toenails and swallow them. That was pretty. That one.
There was one guy. So basically, my bestie Eve, her brother was doing a DJ set, and it was above an ice rink. So it was pretty cold actually in the area, and I was there. So I was there I turned up on my own, and Evelyn was, sort of hosting, doing their raw. So I was on my own big portions of the night, and I'm not very good at just going and chatting to random strangers and all of that type of stuff. So but there was this guy, and clearly he spotted me from wherever, and so he asked me for a dance. Now I don't like dancing with people that I don't know, kind of thing. So but I never want to be rude, so I just thought, you know what, I'll do one dance and I will say thank you and I'll move on. That's how I am. I always dance. So if someone asks me to dance, I never really say no. I dance one dance, I go thank you, and then I'll go about my business. So this guy, he asked me to dance, and he was dancing with me, sort of like grinding up on me and all of this. And he's like, "Oh, girl, yeah, right there, yeah." he was from Canada. And he's like, oh yeah, girl, oh yeah, right there, and all of this, right? And I was just
Don't try this at home.
I was like, oh my god, this guy is mad. And then he kept wanting to dance with me, and I was just like, oh, you know, so I think I had about 3 dances with him, which normally I wouldn't do. I'm just like, oh my god, but he was on my case. And then he asked me for my number. Now, back in the day, mobile, you did have mobiles and stuff like that, but they weren't as common as they are now. Like every person pretty much has got a mobile. Even like 8, 9, and 10-year-olds and younger have got their own mobile phones, but it wasn't like that when sort of I was younger. And I remember he asked for my number, and I gave him Evelyn's work number. And she had a voicemail, and he goes, oh, have you got a number? And I was going, oh no, I don't live at home and I haven't got a phone number, but just call Evelyn, do you know what I mean, and all of this. And because I just didn't want to be rude, and I just thought I don't want to give this guy my number because he's gonna just keep calling me. And he called Evelyn about 3 times and left messages on Evelyn's voicemail at work. I was just like, luckily, back in the day, I was very good at remembering numbers. I'm not good now, but you know, sort of like the job. I was switchboard operator at the time, so I could remember numbers like that. And so I knew Evelyn's number off by heart, and it was crazy.
Touche, it sounds like a creep. She goes, I'm laughing, but thinking about it now, that's quite scary. It sounds like a creep. Eva said, my ex used to poop over the side of a boat when the loo holder, aka tank on the boat, was full and needed pumping out. Oh my God. Nice to watch, I say. Also, right now, before we go and sign off, let's do a final review, because Eva's also asked, how is the boots again now and the blanket? Do you want to give a final review?
A final review, yes. So if you're expecting hot, that's not what it is. It's not hot. It's warm. It's like how do you explain it? Put your hands on here, because it's not hot, but it is warm.
No,
just come off the radiator warm.
Yeah, that's how I would describe it. So it's like you just hit come off the radiator. It's also very much like, you know, when you've been in bed for a few hours and you wake up and it's lovely and warm. That's
and
how
toasty.
it is.
Yeah, that's how it is, and that's how the boot is and the cover is. It's like it's toasty. So it's not like hot
toasty.
Hot, like,
yeah, that's right. Touche used the same word.
Yeah, toasty. It's not like hot.
How about the booties?
The booties are the same. Do you want to try them?
No. I'll try them later.
Yeah,
I'll let you do, because it'll be too difficult now to do that.
But it's pretty much the same. So your feet are in here. They're toasty. I've got socks on as well. I've only turned it up to 2, so I haven't turned it up to 3. But it is warmer than 1, because I had it on 1, then I turned it up to 2. But I can imagine with my socks on, it would get quite hot. I'd have to take my socks off.
I was going to say, Eva said, if my dad or younger siblings who are in their 30s around me and a bloke tried dancing with me like that, they would be flat on his face with a punch to the face. And something like that's nice as well. So actually, that's a good way for you to do the dates. If your siblings could be around the vicinity, they don't have to know, but they could be in the vicinity. That'd be a good way to do it.
But you know, when you're dancing with someone, you're dancing with someone. But I had never... Yeah, I mean, I'm used. There are certain types of dances when I was younger that I was quite used to. Do you know what I mean? You used to sort of like whining and all of this. But this guy, this just was another level, and I was just like, oh my god, this is mad. This is mad up.
There you go. Anyway, on that note, I think we shall end. Thank you so much to everybody who joined in for Mark and Kelly's Trips, Tips and Things this Tuesday. We really did enjoy your company.
We did.
And loved all the little stories as well like that. Thank you so much for keeping us entertained. I hope you enjoyed it.
We kept you entertained.
Yes, that too. That's it for Mark and Kelly's Trips, Tips and Things for today. But we will be back at the end of the week, 6 o'clock UK time, this Friday. Have a good week, everybody. Please do look after yourselves, stay safe, and remember, you are never too old to have fun. We will hope we see you on Friday. Look after yourselves, enjoy the week, and we will see you then. Bye for now.
Bye for now. Oh, I might not be here on Friday.
We will let you see.
I will double check on that. And I will let you know if you keep on our community. I will let you know if I'm here or not here. But I don't know why I feel I might be doing something on Friday. But yeah,
adjustable, and the heat setting is there. Is nice.
Yes, the heat setting is adjustable, and you can put it on for like
1 hour, 3 hours, or 9 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we'll tell you more hopefully this Friday. Take care, guys.
Bye for now.